What is good, YouTube? Welcome to my first NFL prediction for season 2025. This is before the draft, keep that in mind. So I'll be doing another one after the draft, maybe not right after the draft, maybe like a week or two after. So let's get into this, starting with the Saints. Man, the Saints are in a terrible situation. They're way over the dead cap space. They've what's it called, Kellen Moore. Basically the Eagles OC as a head coach, and I think he was he was a head coach for another team. I can't remember what team it was, if I'm not mistaken, and he was not that good, if I'm not really mistaken. I feel like the Saints are in such a bad spot. I don't think they're like 0-2 territory. I do feel like though they're 3-5. Like, I cannot lie. Like, you have Derek Carr, you have Spencer Rattler, like you have barely any wide receivers there. I understand you have a good Chris Olave when he's healthy. Running back was maybe Alvin Kamara, but overall, like, I just don't see them going anywhere. And then now getting into the Dolphins though, I'm gonna go high. I'm gonna go 9-11. This is, I think, perfect for them. They're either getting 9 wins, going 9-8, or they're going 11-6, if I'm not mistaken. That's like, I think, how many wins like you could take if I'm mathing. You got Tua, maybe Tyreek. He's been kind of wishy-washy on social media, kind of hinting that he wants to leave, but the same thing, he hasn't. You have Jalen Waddle. You have I don't think actually they have Raheem Mostert anymore. I think they got rid of him. Running back wise, I don't know who they have. Maybe they'll get Ashton Genty or like another running back in the second round. They also have Mike Daniels or Mike McDonald. Obviously, like, as him with the old coach, they'll probably be doing good, but I think I can see them falling to 9 wins. Now moving to the Ravens. I mean, as long as they have Jim Harbaugh, MVP Lamar Jackson, which he got robbed of last season, they're going to be fine. They're going to be a 12-14 win team. Maybe even 14. No, I'm going to go with the 14. I feel like no matter what, as long as you have Lamar, Derrick Henry, and one of the Harbaugh brothers, I can't remember which one's on the Ravens, you're going to be fine. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, as long as, like, it doesn't matter if your defense is good or not. As long as you got literally at least a decent wide receiver one, Derrick Henry, Lamar, Mark Andrews, even though he's kind of fallen off a little bit, and one of the Harbaugh brothers, you're just going to be perfectly fine. Now moving on to the Bengals. This is the toughest one because I either see them going 6-8 or 12-14 because they have one of the most electric offenses known to man. The most paid quarterback, or one of the most paid quarterbacks, and definitely the most paid wide receivers, 1 and 2. Tight ends, I can't remember who they have. Same thing with running back. I just don't know who they have anymore for running back. And for defense, man, they don't got jack or nothing. I'm gonna say this: if they're in the draft beefing up their defense, I can see them getting 12 wins. Just a minimum, because dude, their defense has nobody. But if they don't do that, I see them getting 8 wins, maybe 9. So I think I'm gonna play it safe and say 9 wins is their maximum. The Dolphins, I can say their maximum is 11, but maximum for Bengals, if they don't surefire their defense, is gonna be a 9-win team. Now the Broncos, dude, this is gonna be a tough one because first season with Bo Nix, Sean Payton, you know, barely anyone on the offense. I can't lie, that it's memorable to me because I'm not really a Broncos fan. Still 10 wins, and they're gonna get only better from the draft. I'm gonna say, you know what, 11 wins. I think they're gonna be a higher 11-win team than the Dolphins. Possibly 2026 12 wins, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I would see them being 12 wins this season. I can't lie. Moving on to the Giants, I got no hope for this team. I feel like this would be probably the only team that gets 2 wins. Like what's it called? Brian Dabble. He's on like his last few wins. Like, if he doesn't do good, he's out of here. And I don't blame him completely because the Giants didn't put him in any favorable situation with the quarterback. You know, I think they have like Jameis Winston now, but it's like, dude, what are you doing with Jameis Winston? Yes, I understand they still have a good wide receiver one. Defense is solid. I miss Brian Burns on the Panthers, man. But overall, just a 2-win team. I don't like if they get 3 to 5 wins, I'd be surprised. But I say this, I don't think they're gonna get 0. I think they get 2. Now moving on to the Vikings, man. The Vikings, I think, are gonna be the toughest team to do here because they went, I think, 13-4 with Sam Darnold. And yes, he's gone. I know he is. I can't remember what team he went to exactly. But you have who? You have Mike McCarthy. What's his name? JJ McCarthy. And I can't remember who the starter is for this team. I know that it's not Sam Darnold. So it's like, I think yeah, Sam Darnold went to the Seahawks, if I'm not mistaken. So I was like, man, who your starter? Let's say it's JJ McCarthy. How good is he going to be after an injury that he just had last season? Or he's like still recovering as we speak right now. It's going to be tough. I'm going to play it safe and go for 10 wins. I think they're a 10-win team. I think what happened last year was a fluke. Literally shown in the playoffs. They lost first round. Sam Darnold did not look like the brights were too bright for him. Now the LA Rams, the always consistent 10-7 team for the past 2 seasons. This is always the dark horse team that no one wants to play in the playoffs because once they get rolling, they're good. Sam Darnold's coming back. I understand they lost Cooper Kupp, but at the same time, they have Puka Nacua now. I think Devontae Adams, if I'm not mistaken, or some other, like I say, like veteran wide receiver. So I'm going to say same thing, 10 wins. I say better than the Vikings, I would have to say. Better team 10 win wise. Now the Bucks. Again, anyone in my division like the Saints, Bucks, Falcons, I hate absolutely. But you know, I can't lie. Bucks are kind of looking nice. I can't lie. Baker Mayfield hasn't been looking. He's been looking better than ever. I understand they're like OC. Like he's been having so many different OCs, but their defense is pretty solid. The wide receiver core: Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, whoever wide receiver 3 is. I can't remember their tight end. I think is Otten, if I'm not mistaken. Running back, I can't remember for the life of me. But overall, I see them being an 11-win team. I think the best 11-win team out of all these teams so far. Now for the Lions, I mean, how can you not? How can you not? I feel like, in my opinion, the only reason they didn't make it to the Super Bowl is because they stabbed themselves in the foot. But besides that, injuries, I think, are the reasons why they didn't make the playoffs. They were so good. I think they lost only 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're like 14-3. I see them being probably like 15, 16 wins. I can't lie. If let's see, everyone's healthy. Dan Campbell, I understand they lost their offensive offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator. I still believe in them though. I believe Dan Campbell wear diaper is making a comeback still. If everyone's healthy, no one gets injured through the season, they're a 16 win team. I don't see who's stopping them. Jared Goff, I understand, is a wishy-washy quarterback. Like, man, you don't think of Jared Goff being a 16 win team, but like, he's a good quarterback. He's not like a quarterback that like, you rely on to win, but he'll get games done. You know, Jahmyr Gibbs, I can't remember what's called Sonic and Knuckles basically. Wide receivers are solid. Tight end is solid. The secondary, I understand, isn't the best. But hey, you know what? They're in the draft. They can bet. They can make a surefire. But now, speaking of the Lions OC, the Chicago Bears. Man, last season I had such high hopes. I thought the Chicago Bears would be like a 9-win team. They had Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore. Basically, all those 3 wide receivers are wide receiver ones on any NFL team, given besides maybe the Texans and a few other teams like the Eagles. But dude, they are a surefire wide receiver team. Tight end wishy-washy, running back wishy-washy, O-line wishy-washy. But dude, just I feel like offensive power-wise, if Caleb Williams clicked, it would have been nice because their defense as well I think is getting more surefired. And I understand like their offensive line, it has already been like surefied basically. They have like a new center, new offensive guard if I'm not mistaken. I want to play it safe and say they're a 6-8 team, but how can I? Like you have John Johnson as your head coach now. I think this is gonna be. I just realized. Hold up. I just realized a mistake. Midway in. No. This is supposed to be 15. Sorry for that terrible mistake. But I can see them. Hold up. Okay, Ravens are 14-1. There we go. I can see them being a 15-win team. I think this right now is the only team that I can see being 15-win. And seeing the Ravens and the Bears on the same side is going to be weird. But I can honestly see them being a 12-win team. If everything clicks, Caleb Williams finally gets his act together. Everything is just going good for them. I'm not saying amazing, just good with the like offensive minded to coach. With that type of offense, 12 wins minimum. 49ers, same story as the Lions, one of the most injured teams of last year. They did lose a few good players, and I think they're only gonna lose more. I don't think they're gonna be a bad team, but I only see them getting 8 wins. I can't lie. Their window, I think, for the Super Bowl closed about a season or 2 ago when they lost to the Chiefs, and I just can't see them returning anytime soon. I feel like they're gonna be in a soft rebuild, or like any of the new players, like old players that they're trying to, like, you know, they're basically releasing, trying to get younger players because they're one of the oldest teams. They already released Debo. I just can't see them getting any higher. Now the Eagles, I mean, let's be honest. They literally just went to the Super Bowl. How can they not be a 15-win team? They literally just went to the Super Bowl and won. Insane! Just the points they put up on the Chiefs. The Chiefs that was like, what, 15-2? What's it called, 14-3 team? Did them dirty. Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, the Slayer. Jalen Hurts. I understand everyone says tush push merchant. No, dude. Overall, he's still a good throwing quarterback. Defense is solid. Just overall, I understand they lost a few of their coaches. I still have like Kellen Moore, but I still have faith in the Eagles. As long as Saquon Barkley is on the team, I'm gonna be honest, I have no fear in them. Now the Raiders with Geno Smith. I can't lie. They're, I think, minimum 8-win team, maximum 10 wins. I can't lie. Just the division they're in is so strong with the Chiefs, the Chargers. I can't remember the other team that's in the West. Broncos, sorry. I don't see them getting that high. I'm gonna say 9. I'm gonna be nice to them and give them a nice 9-win season. Now the Green Bay Packers, on the other hand, underperformed last season. I can't lie, but I still see them being a 12-win team. I do think that like they did underperform, especially in the playoffs. Like towards the end of the season, Jordan Love, I think, has to better his turnovers, and I think he slowly will do that again. Like, he's more of a second half season type of quarterback, and all the wide receivers I think are at least decent enough to get them the wins that they need to. Running back, I think was what, Aaron Jones? I can't remember exactly. No, Josh Jacobs, sorry. And honestly, he's still solid. I think he still like at least gives them a 900-yard season. They'll be solid. They just gotta surefire their defense, and I think they'll be a 12-win team. Now the Commanders, well, what out of the left field did this come out of? I last year thought that they were just a band-aid of a team, just free agent after free agent. I'm sorry, Commanders. I am so sorry. You are a 12-win team. You got better wide receivers than you just had. You have Scary Terry, Debo Samuel. I understand he's a little bit washed. I can't lie, but still, I'm sorry for ever dismissing. I feel like they only have gotten better since last season. Yes, now there's film on to call them Jaden Daniels, but it don't matter. He's a baller. He's a really good quarterback, and I give them a 12 wins right here. I'm gonna say I think they would be a better team than the Packers, but not. Actually, no. I think it goes like this. There we go. I can see the Chicago Bears falling down here. Now the Cardinals, on the other hand, I think are 6-8. I don't know, just something about that team just didn't click right with me. I don't know if it's just the wide receivers that they have or just Kyler Murray as a whole. Like, I don't know, like something here just needs to click and it's not happening. And this is just the safest pick ever. I can't lie. No matter what happens, grass is green, water is blue, food is food. LeBron and I, Iguodala, if the world is ending, and the Pittsburgh Steelers always being over 500 are the guarantees in life. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is, wide receivers, it could be, doesn't matter the situation. As long as Mike Tomlin is their head coach, they are getting over 500, and I cannot lie. So this is it doesn't matter. I don't gotta discuss who's on the team. They're getting over 500. Now for the Bills, let's be honest, they're a 12-win team. I say 13 wins. Josh Allen won MVP, though I think it was kind of a given, like pity MVP. I can't lie, yes. I think Lamar Jackson last year beat Josh Allen in every aspect of the nature. More touchdowns, more just everything. But I still cannot deny the fact that Josh Allen is a good quarterback. God, I can't remember their second year what's called wide receiver, but he is a dog. They have a Mark Cooper. I don't know if he's a free agent by the time this video goes up. They still have him. They still have a solid running back. As long as their team is always surefired, they just gotta get past the hump of Patrick Mahomes. They never can. If they get past that hump of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they're a surefire Super Bowl team that honestly can win. I can see them winning. So I see them being a 13-win team. Now with the Falcons, Penix, dude, they're on the same boat. I think Michael Penix, if he's a starter this year, I should give him one more season, and the Falcons are here. I think they overpaid Kirk Cousins. I think they literally let him go. So overall, though, I say they're the highest 8-win team here. I can't lie. Give them 8 wins, and within, I say, the next season in 2026, Michael Penix will be surefire. 11 wins max. I give them this year. 11 is their ceiling. 8 is their minimum, and I'm just playing it safe and giving them 8 wins. The Seahawks. Didn't they trade DK, if I'm not mistaken? I don't understand why. Literally, I have no clue why. I'm giving them 5 wins this season. I understand you have a good head coach and everything. DK Metcalf, you're wide receiver 1. Why? And then you also got rid of Geno Smith. He's on the Raiders now with Pete Carroll. I can't remember where DK went or if he even got traded. Maybe I'm sorely mistaken. But I could have sworn he did, though. And it just, I don't see the vision. I don't. Maybe they're trying to rebuild. I understand you got JSN. You don't even have Tyler Lockett anymore. I don't even know. 5 wins. Maximum 8, but I just see them getting 5. The Patriots, 5 wins as well. I see them getting 5. I understand they have Mike Vrabel as their head coach. I think they're going to be at least rebuilding for 2 more years. 2027, 11-win team. If they get more than 5 wins this year, I'll be absolutely surprised. Now the Browns, the other team, I can see getting 2 wins. Honestly, they're a wild card here. Deshaun Watson obviously is their starter, even though the owner said that they greatly regret getting him. Who wouldn't be? Deshaun Watson has only played not even full. And the time he's been in the Browns, he has, I don't think, played a cumulative amount of games to complete a season, which is insane. Which sucks because they have so much good talent. Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb, so many good talents, and just it's just being wasted on Deshaun Watson. Now the team that traded Deshaun Watson, on the other hand, I don't understand what happened to CJ. I think it was just a fluke season. I saw what happened. I think it was a sophomore slump. I think he picks up his act, and I think he gets 12 wins. I do think he gets 12 wins this year. His minimum 10 wins and maximum 12, and I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Not only because this is what both his wide receivers got, Nico Collins and Takedown, got injured, but then also to Stephon Diggs as well, kind of fell off later on in the season and got injured too. I can't blame him. So overall, I say 12 wins. Now the Chiefs. As long as Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback, it don't matter what you do. It don't matter what happens. Guaranteed 14 wins maximum. guaranteed. And, you know, actually, I'm gonna put the Ravens 15 wins. There needs to be an AFC team here, and I do believe that actually Chiefs and Ravens are 15 wins, not the Bills. I do think these are the two NFC best teams, the two best AFC teams. But just the Chiefs, as long as Patrick Mahomes is quarterback, if it's the most recent version where he's just a merchant check down, or like 2019, just explosive deep throws every other play, as long as Patrick Mahomes and what's it called, Andy, are the dynamic duo. Travis Kelce might retire this year too, depending on how it goes, because he's been in the league for like what, a good amount of time. I can't lie. So 15 wins, I say, is like their maximum, minimum 12. Enough for the Cowboys. This is their year. Simple. 17 wins. This is their year. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Cowboys fans. I say you guys are getting 8 wins. That sounds really, really tough, but dude, you gotta think about what happened last year. I understand it was just a weird year last year, but 8 wins. You guys, I think, have a new head coach. I don't even know his name. Like, 8 wins maximum. Actually, no, 8 wins minimum. I say 9 wins maximum. Like, you guys are like middle of the road team, and I'm playing you guys like I'm playing it safe with 8 wins. Now the Chargers. You guys have Jim Harbaugh, you know, the worm guy. I can't lie. He was 11 wins last season with barely any wide receivers. Let's say he gets at least a good, decent like wide receiver to complement Ladd McConkey or just any other tight end. Then I say honestly 12 wins. They can improve honestly greatly. Like they can, if they just add on to the, like, as long as they add on to what they have now, they could be a 12-win team. Or now the Jets. Man, this is a weird team. I'm going 5 wins. It's I think they're gonna be the best. Actually, no. I think they're gonna be middle of the road 5-win team. It's just, man, they're like quarterback situation with Aaron Rodgers, which is so terrible. I don't even know where Aaron Rodgers is at the time of this video. He's not decided a team yet. They're a good defensive team, and I understand they have a new head coach with the Lions defensive coordinator. But I think they're going to be in a rebuilding for like at least 3 to 4 years. I can't lie. Like once they figure out a solid quarterback situation and not just put a quarterback in the ringer right away, I think they'll have a chance. Now the #1 overall pick, a team that was here last year. I'm going to be honest, a quarterback doesn't fix your situation. You can get Cam Ward, you can get Shedeur Sanders. It don't matter. I'm sorry. You're going to take a few years, but you will at least get some wins. I say at least 4 wins. I think you get 2 more wins than last year. I love Cam Ward. I love Shedeur Sanders. A team like that like you need at least to give that quarterback some time and maybe let him sit on the bench for a year. You know, get your players through the draft, any free agents that you can, and then at least by the year 2, you have at least a base skeleton for the team. Let Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders play it out, and just don't throw them right into the ringer. Because when you put a rookie quarterback in that type of situation that's not favorable, it's only going to just demoralize them. The Colts, honestly, I kind of forgot who's on the Colts. I'm going to say they're a better team than the Cardinals because usually they are. Man, now the Jaguars. Do we all agree that as the season goes on and the less performance you get from Trevor Lawrence, he's becoming more of a bust? He's been given so many years to prove himself. There has to be a year where you say, all right, he's just not doing it. I understand sometimes the situations he's in are not the best, wide receiver wise, head coach wise, but man, there has to be a time where we just have to realize it's just not him. Like, it's just him. I do think though they are the best 8-win team here. I say maximum 11 wins, but man, there is a point where it's like you have to realize that it's probably him. I understand that like he hasn't had the best wide receivers. Maybe if he goes to a different team and gets traded, he might be more favorable. But as of right now, just 8 wins. Now for my team, lastly, Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young. He played phenomenal the last half of the season. I don't know where this came from. I'm happy that it did come from there. Dave Canales. We also picked up a surprising pick with a NCAA basketball player that's never played football in a day of his life for tight end. Let's just hope. We got snubbed of a defensive player that we needed so badly. Last year, our defense was just getting held by band-aids and tape. Realistically, we got like what, 7? Like, I think we got like 5 wins last year. If everything was right, we get more defensive players. Our offensive line was actually really good. We literally turned it around in 1 year. I could see us being probably an 8-win team, and if it just continues the trend, becoming 11 to 12 and like maybe in 2 to 3 years seeing the playoffs. But this is my list, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this, and you guys like think anything's wrong or you think if I got anything right, or just your opinions in general of like anywhere any NFL team is going to be, comment that down below. But have a wonderful day. Bye bye.